Alright guys, looking at the earthquakes, what I'm showing you here is the last 2 days, the last 48 hours, and clearly nowhere on the planet have we had anything above a 5 point, actually nothing above a 5.2. Thought there was a 5.3 in there, but apparently not. So 48 hours we've been below 5.5 and below, 5.4 and below. Guys, I'm just going to say heads up over the next 2 weeks for a pretty large to massive quake. Large to massive. Okay, that means anywhere from the upper sixes on up, and that's over the next 2 weeks. Where, I couldn't tell you. It could be anywhere on the planet, but considering we just had a pretty large quake, a 7.7 up here near Canada, and it's been relieving its pressure, but nowhere else has been relieving its pressure. That would tell me that all the main points would be in trouble, which would mean all of Alaska through Russia. That means the Aleutian Islands. That means the West Coast. That means Central America, especially down in this region right in here where the water gets tight, has to move through. Again, around Chile, but anywhere along that coast, and anywhere around the Indonesia area and Japan area. So big areas of concern for me right now, guys. I mean, it's been extremely quiet. We did have that 7.7, but literally for the last 5 days, other than the activity that was going on the west coast of Canada there, we have had absolutely nothing above a 5.5 magnitude earthquake. And that's concerning when you go back and watch the videos and watch the patterns and see how all these things work, and how Father's doing everything right now. It's very concerning to me, and I just want to say heads up. In other words, when I say heads up, it just means be paying attention. If you start to feel the ground shake, immediately get underneath something, or if you're next to a door, get the hell outside so you're away from all falling objects. But anyway, the heads up is just mainly, be prepared, have a plan together, that no matter where you're at, you know what you're going to do in the event of a good-sized earthquake, up to a massive-sized earthquake. Again, guys, this pattern is different than I've ever seen. Usually when we get a big or a large earthquake, such as that 7.7 magnitude earthquake, usually other areas, mainly Alaska, Central America, Chile, and Indonesia, usually relieve their stress points as well. Japan, over the last 3 to 4 months, hasn't been releasing its pressure points at all, and that concerns me quite dramatically. But again, a major heads up for the entirety of the Pacific Ocean over the next 2 weeks, and the rest of the world, heads up for large scale earthquakes as well. But the main activity as far as large scale earthquakes is in the Pacific Ocean. I mean, they can strike anywhere, but that's the main area, so that's my main concern. But over the next week, heads up around the world, but heads up over the next 2 weeks, especially around the Pacific Ring. That does include the west coast of the United States and Canada. So guys, like I said, I mean, this is a new type of a pattern, something I haven't seen. I mean, after that 7.7, we should have got some 6s in there, and it just didn't happen. And now we're looking at 48 hours of pretty much silence. Now again, if we take this on back in time, we can see that there is plenty of stress relief right here. And then we did have a 5.7 right here, but that's it. I mean, that's looking back almost 5 days, guys. And so this is really starting to concern me, so I am going to throw a heads up out there. Be paying attention, be alert for ground movement and that kind of thing. And really, truly, heads up, guys. Get in the Word, stay in the Word, and get the Word in you, and I'll talk with you guys later.